You worked hard all week. You solved small problems quietly. Then on Friday, one risk becomes visible, and your manager suddenly asks why they are hearing about it now. That moment is where managing up begins, not with flattery but with timing. Managing up sounds suspicious because people hear it as pleasing the boss. But real managing up is not praise, performance, or pretending everything is fine. It is the skill of making the work easier to steer before the work becomes expensive to fix. From your desk, the project is detailed. You see every blocker, dependency, and messy trade-off. From your manager's chair, the view is narrower and wider at the same time. They see many projects, fewer details, and more consequences if the wrong thing stays hidden. The hidden load is uncertainty. Is this on track? Has the goal changed? Is anyone blocked? Is the risk real or just noise? A manager who lacks answers must guess. Managing up replaces guessing with usable information. Silent effort feels responsible. You do not want to bother anyone until you have an answer. But silence creates fog. The manager cannot tell whether you are progressing, stuck, changing direction, or protecting them from bad news until it is too late. A good update does not need a meeting. It can be small. Here is what changed, here is what is next, here is what might slip, and here is the decision I need if this continues. The goal is not more communication. It is better compression. Speed is useful only when the direction is right. Many workplace problems come from executing quickly against an outdated goal. Managing up checks alignment early. Does this still matter? What should we trade off? And what outcome is actually being protected? A task is what someone asked for. A goal is why it matters. If you only manage the task, you may optimize the wrong thing. If you understand the goal behind it, you can notice when the task should change because the business need changed. Early risk does not mean dramatic escalation. It means naming the trade-off while choices still exist. We can keep the deadline and reduce scope, keep the scope and move the date, or add help and protect both. That is useful upward information. Bad news has a shelf life. If it arrives early, it is information. If it arrives late, it becomes a surprise. The same problem can feel professional or reckless depending on whether there was still time to respond. Try a 3-line update. Current state, what is true now? Risk, what could change the outcome? Ask, what decision or feedback would help? This keeps your manager out of the weeds but not out of the loop. Some people hear no surprises and think it means no problems. That is wrong. It means no hidden problems. A trustworthy person does not make every issue disappear. They make important issues visible while there is still room to choose. Every manager has an operating system. Some want numbers first. Some want risks first. Some need written context before a meeting. Learning that system is not obedience. It is choosing the format that helps the decision happen faster. Your manager also has a manager. They may need to explain your project in a room you never see. If your update is clear, they can carry the story upward. If the story is vague, your work loses shape as it travels. Managing up is not asking permission for everything. That creates drag. A better pattern is to state your recommendation, name the trade-off, and ask for correction if the decision risk is high. You are not dumping the work upward. You are making judgment visible. Without upward alignment, helpful people can become overloaded. They say yes to side requests, absorb hidden work, and protect everyone except the priority. Managing up gives you a way to ask, should this new request displace something else? Good pushback is not defiance. It is context. If we take this on, the launch review moves. If we protect the deadline, this feature stays thin. If the priority changed, I can adjust. This is respectful because it protects reality from polite pretending. Trust is not built during the crisis. It is built before the crisis, through boring signals, accurate updates, clear ownership, early warnings, and follow-through. Then when something goes wrong, your manager has reason to believe your read of the situation. There is a bad version of this skill, status theater. Long updates, fake certainty, green dashboards, and no real decisions. Managing up fails when it becomes image management. Useful updates make the truth easier to act on. A simple weekly loop is enough. Confirm the goal, report what changed, name the risk, offer a recommendation, ask what would change the priority. Repeat this and your manager spends less attention reconstructing the work from fragments. Good upward communication uses evidence, not vibes. Instead of saying the project feels risky, say the vendor is 3 days late, testing found 2 blockers, and the launch window closes next Friday. Evidence turns anxiety into a decision. There is a limit. If a manager punishes bad news, changes goals without saying so, or uses every update against you, the problem is not your technique. Managing up can improve a normal operating system. It cannot make a broken one safe. The real skill is not managing a personality. It is managing the flow of reality upward. What is true now? What changed? What is at risk? What decision would improve the outcome? That is how you turn work into trust. Start with one conversation. Ask your manager, what do you want to know earlier? What decisions should I bring to you? And what should I handle without asking? Those answers turn managing up from a vague office phrase into a shared working agreement.